and welcome to another episode of the Convoluted Podcast. I'm your host, Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, and as always, you can always find us on Google Play and Google Podcasts, their new add-on. I don't know why. You can find us on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, and YouTube. And today we have a special guest, a member from No Inner Monologue, Tash. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey y'all, T-Dot in the house. So my name is Tasha from No Inner Monologue. I am the only female on No Inner Monologue, so that's why you have to listen. I provide the estrogen on that podcast as well as Manny, so yeah. So it's I would recommend people listen to No Inner Monologue. I'll go through social media and stuff after the fact, but it's a great time. We have a lot of fun, and from that we became friends with Jesus. Hey, Jesus.
Yeah, yes,
yeah. So we became friends, and so I am happy to be on here today. And how are you?
I am doing fine. And yes, everyone check them out. I've been listening to them for a couple months now. They are a really fun group. It's just entertaining to listen to, since it's really just like you guys do a topic a week, and it's just like friends discussing it. It's really enjoyable to listen to. I'm also happy like this lore that you have going with everyone in your group, and somehow I got mixed in there. Like I'm somehow already in there somehow, and I want to thank you for that. Like,
yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, everybody's welcome. Everybody's welcome. You'll be on the podcast soon for sure.
All right, we can work that out later. But yeah. I do like the this little lore, and I recommend people to listen to it, and it builds up because you have like what is it, Joe's lady friend. You got basically you got creepy Uncle Manny and his many other names that he does have.
But it's originally creepy Uncle Manny because he's creepy. So.
And then we have
definitely say that.
And then I know you don't like talking about it, but we do have this wedding in February coming up.
These guys, I don't know what they're on. Like, they must be on something to think that I am going to marry that guy. It's too much. Like they like. It's the Me Too movement. They should understand. They can't just marry me off.
But no, yeah, it's really entertaining. Everyone, listen to them, check them out, and you actually get something out of them because they do a topic. And I've learned a couple things, and it's just been enjoyable to listen to you guys.
Thanks. Like we love doing it. That's, I think, with a podcast and like doing it. I mean, we're not veterans right now, but we've been doing it. We do one a week, and being able to just have that conversation amongst friends, but like stick to kind of a topic and just have fun with it. It gets your creative juices going. It's so much fun. Like, I look forward to recording every week with those guys. So, just listen to it. It's so funny.
And yes, so let's talk about you and how. Tell us a little bit more about yourself outside the podcast.
Outside the podcast, what you want to know about me?
We're here for you. We're here for you, not for the guys. Like, forget the guys. We're here for you.
I think I hide behind the guys sometimes. So, I mean, my name is Tasha. I hail from the great country of Canada. We are very proud Canadians on the podcast, and some of us were born. I mean, Joe and I were born here, but Manny has been born many places, according to him. If you listen to the podcast, Dwen is from India. So it's a great blend, but my culture, my background is Jamaican. I'm a proud Jamaican as well. Um, what else do you want to know about me? What I do for work, I am actually, I train people. So I'm an actual trainer, a training manager. So I help people develop professionally and personally. Um, at my work, I actually work at a lumber company.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, who would have thought black girl at a lumber company, right? Um,
It's just out of left field, honestly. Like, yeah, did not expect
yeah,
that.
yeah, it's something I didn't think I was gonna. I mean, I was always in the banking field,
Mhm.
and I just had this opportunity to do something different. And if anybody that knows me, they know I'm very, very different. I do not stick to the norm. So I took on this challenge, and I've been at this company for 5 years, and
Okay,
it's amazing. It's amazing.
wow.
So yeah.
Are you someone who likes enjoys taking risks with opportunities?
Of course. I mean, a lot of the job, I mean, I have like a whole suitcase filled with jobs that I've actually done. But
Ooh, okay.
everything, yeah, like I pretty much went from like selling cell phones to working at Best Buy, when I, even before when I was in high school, I worked at Arby's, you know,
Then
so,
then from all your list of work experiences, what would you have said have been your worst, and not applying your current job, what was one of the best?
Um, I would have said, I mean, whenever uh, you know, whenever I get a job and, you're working, a lot of it with me is people. So I am a
Yep,
very
yep.
people person, and I will stay at a job as long as as long as I can, if the people are the right people. I have had jobs where there were people that were, they weren't willing to, even teach you. And so those jobs are the jobs that last for like 2-3 months, and you're gone, because they're not investing in you. And they're not, and that's not only investing money into you, but they're not investing their time to even get to know you. So because you're just a number to them, or you're expendable to them. So for me, some of the best jobs I had were because of the people that were around me, that actually took the opportunity and the time to show me, what they do and how to be better and how to better myself. So I can't really say I've had a lot of jobs where I've had that opportunity. I think a lot of my jobs have been, I've just been lucky in order to get to the place that I am today. So, I mean, I can't even choose one specific one. I mean, I love the job that I have right now because the people are amazing. But I've been very fortunate in my life to have opportunities given to me because I worked hard. And again, being a trainer now, my willingness to learn was at the forefront of every job that I've ever kind of taken on.
And I think that's some really good quality for anyone out there trying to, like, when looking for a job and wanted to say, is like, one, the people around you and what you're trying to do, and
Hmm.
the ability to learn. And those are actually some really good statements that you put out there, and I hope anyone listening like takes that to heart. Like
Yeah,
a job's a job, but if you want to find a career, you just can't situate yourself in something you'll be miserable. You have to have the
exactly.
people. So yeah,
Exactly.
and I'm happy for you that you're fortunate to have had that opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah. It's taken me a long time, but I got to the point where, I'm stable. I if you're in, this is my advice to anybody that, you know, can't stand their job. Like if you wake up in the morning and you don't want to go there, you need a new job. It's like, you need to quit like right away. If you wake up in the morning and by the time you get to your car you're already pissed off, you need a new job. If you wake up in
actually,
the morning, sorry, go keep going. Sorry.
no, yeah, actually, I had a friend recently. She recently quit her job, and I actually worked with her for about a year. But during that 1 year I worked, because this was my second job while I was going to school at the same time.
Yeah.
Um, I was only there for like 4 hours a day, but she was overstressed, had a major anxiety, and honestly hated her job. But she only did it because she needed the money, and
Hmm.
like like your statement where you have like you got to put yourself over your job. There's always another job out there,
There is
and
always going to be another job out there, and it's going to be something. You also have to look. I mean, it's another thing for me that made me successful was I thought outside of the box, right? You think. I mean, I'll use this. I always use this example to anybody that comes in and is doing training with me. You would think that working at McDonald's is a shitty job, and to me that's actually the perfect job, only because I know people who started off at the bottom and now they're making even more money than I am working at McDonald's
wow,
as district managers. Think about how many McDonald's there are in the world. You can go anywhere in the world and work as a district manager. I know for a fact I have some friends that worked, and I knew they worked at McDonald's in high school all the way into university, and now they're regional managers. So
wow.
it's like you think that McDonald's is the bottom of the barrel when in fact it's just a starting point, and nothing is you always have to start at the bottom, but if you work your way up and you have that go forward attitude, and and you take the opportunity to learn, you will be important to the company, and then they'll invest more into you to get you to where you want to be. So you have to shine. You have to shine like a star. Shine bright like a diamond, or like Rihanna.
There you go.
That's what you
Yeah.
have to do. I may sing throughout this whole thing. I don't know.
I'm
And with
fine with
my
it.
horrible voice. Yeah, with my
Uh,
horrible voice.
no, I think you have a very lovely voice. I like it. It's one of the
Oh,
few
thanks.
things that, yeah, like compared to the other boys, God, like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Dwayne's voice actually, is with his accent. I love it. I love talking to him, and he's so smart, and even Joe too. Manny, meh. Manny. But no, we love Manny. We love Manny. I know we rat on him all the time, but we appreciate him. I mean, love is a very
Yeah,
strong word, and then
I would
yeah,
avoid before they clip
yeah.
anything from this.
I know they're gonna just run that clip. Oh, I love Manny. Yeah, they're gonna run it. They're gonna run it,
I'll try to
and they're
edit it
gonna
out.
remix it. Yeah, they're gonna remix it too. I know it. I know them.
Oh God. Oh, then you guys have briefly mentioned this. How did you meet the rest of the members of the No Inner Monologue?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So,
You
I
can
would
go
say
one by one.
yeah, I would have to go one by one. I would say I knew Dwen from the beginning. So me and Dwen
Okay.
had been friends. We met through mutual friends at a party one night. This was years ago. It must be at least like 10, 15 years
Oh
that
wow.
we've been
Okay.
friends. Something around it's definitely more than 10. It's been like at least 15. And so Dwen was a really good friend of mine. We went partying.
Like
We
like you should.
Yeah, like we should. So we were young, but when we were young, and John's a little bit older than me, but we just hit it off right away. He's a smart, intelligent guy. He was into pop culture, which I'm totally into pop culture. So we hit it off right off the bat. And then over time, he introduced me as we were acquaintances. Joe and I were acquaintances, and I hit it off with Joe too. I just always thought he was like the funny Italian guy. So yeah, so with hanging out with Dwayne, I would end up hanging out with Joey, and then that was the same thing happened with Manuel. With Manny, sorry, I call him Manuel too. So yeah, then Joe and Dwayne started doing a podcast. It never aired, so that's going to be probably like the No Inner Monologue Lost Files.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. I don't even know if they're going to air that, but so they asked me to be a guest on their podcast, and they also asked Manny to be a guest on the podcast on 2 separate occasions. And they really thought that like we had chemistry. So it was like literally one day Dwayne's like, maybe we should really do this podcast thing, but like do it right. And then Joe said, yeah, we should do it. They talked to me, they talked to Manny, and then that's how No Inner Monologue came together.
Wow. Okay. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's quite. I mean, developing. The thing is, like, even though we sound like we've known each other for a long time, it's really, Dwayne has known Manny for quite a while. He's known Joe for quite a while, and he's known me, and it's kind of like almost his connection of friends kind of coming together. So, and we're still getting to know each other. We still, I see Joe's faults now, and I see Manny's like annoying, just being annoying sometimes, and it's kind of like a brother sisterhood kind of thing now, and it's really cool. Like we really enjoy each other's company. Most of all, like we really, really enjoy, just having conversations and making it fun. So. Yeah,
it flows when you listen to your show. It's like you guys like act like a dysfunctional family, and I think that works for the most part.
Yeah, I think it does too.
You said you're really into pop culture. What do you think of kind of how pop culture is at the moment? With let's kind of specify a little bit closer. Like what kind of pop culture in specific do you enjoy?
Well, okay, so I like celebrity. Like I could talk about celebrities all day. Like I'm a movie fanatic. Like I can name you. Actually, I'm not going to say that because my memory. Now that I'm older, my memory has gotten a lot worse. So, but when it comes to like movies, TV, I'm pretty with it. Like I think I'm pretty hip. But like when it comes to celebrities, like I'm on TMZ all the time. Like it is like one of those things where like I have to. Like I will click on it without even knowing. Like my brain will react to my hands actually going and typing in TMZ, and before you know it, I'm on TMZ like every 15 minutes checking what's going on. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, like, and I'm always like usually amongst my friends the first to know, like, rest in peace today, Aretha Franklin. I just wanted to say that. Really sad about that happening. But
wait, what? Wait, I didn't know about that. Wait, when was this?
You didn't know? You didn't know?
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah. When was this? When was this?
She passed away today.
Oh, I've been asleep all day. I literally woke up a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Franklin
I did not know.
Yeah. See, I'm the first person to tell you, right? So
yeah.
I'm pretty with it.
Well,
I'm pretty with
well,
it. Yeah, but rest
wow.
in peace, Aretha Franklin. Where she's going to be, I mean, did a lot for um, Black culture when it comes to music. She's the queen of soul. Like it's just it was a sad day today. There was a lot of people. A lot. If you saw, went on Twitter, you went on Instagram. There was a lot of people in the music industry that were giving their condolences to her because she really paved the way. She paved the way for Whitney Houston, who's also no longer with us. So I just wanted to give her a shout out because a lot of people like she's going to be missed. So
Yes.
yeah,
Then
thanks, Aretha.
a moment of silence. Then.
Yeah, moment of silence. Well, it's already passed, so.
Yeah, but
They say I'm the insensitive one on the podcast, but I'm the monster. They say I'm the mean one. I'm like the queen of mean.
well, it's kind of hard when you are the only female there. Like,
I know,
unless
exactly, right?
that's a good question because I've been fortunate enough to be on my podcast early on. I've had like multiple females on, so I've never had a single. How, in your opinion, have you listened to other podcasts?
I do. The unfortunate thing about it is like podcasts, especially because I listen to a lot of like comedy, so I'll listen to like Adam Carolla, listen to Joe Rogan, that type of stuff. And there's no real, for me, like I want to empower, like I'm all about the women, right? So I would want to have like, a female or even like, a Black female podcast. And I'm sure they're out there, but I would want them to be a little bit more popular because it's we need leaders in our field, and we need them to be women. I'm very much about like female power kind of thing. um but I wish there was more female comedy podcasts out there because either I haven't looked for it or can't find it. Like it's few and far between, I think.
Hmm. But no, yeah, that's kind of like it's just perspective. It's like you want that, you want to be able to hear more than just the male and in general though just the white male
Yeah,
perspective on anything, and
yeah,
it's like that's what you want, and that's one good reason for that I enjoy listening to your guys because you guys have such a diverse uh, cast,
yeah.
and I fully agree that there has to be a little bit more diversity, not only just in podcasting but in most media, and I think lately it's been on the uprise,
Yeah,
gladly.
I mean now I actually I think it was maybe a couple of months ago. There was like an invite sent around for like a podcast like seminar type of like workshop thing, but it was only for like Black female podcasters, which I
Oh
thought was
wow.
amazing. I unfortunately I should have sent something in because the guys were telling me to like to apply for it because it was only it was only for African American females, but that was the thing, it was American. Unfortunately in
Mm-hmm.
Canada, I don't hear too many even Canadian podcasts that are like relatively successful. It seems like a lot of the podcasts that are extremely successful are coming out of Los Angeles, or they're coming from somewhere in the state. And like it would be interesting to see what Canadian podcasting can do over
Actually,
the next little while.
there actually is one huge podcast that's really big. It's the No Sleep podcast.
Oh,
They're
the
a
no
horror.
sleep, okay, yeah.
Their producer and head is a Canadian, and I think 1/3 of his staff is Canadian, and most of everything is produced up there.
Yeah,
And they are one of the biggest, and I've been listening to them heavily the last couple months, and I can't like they have fun stories, but they're very disturbing and makes me
Yeah.
wonder sometimes. But that's what they're for. But yeah, there are if when you dive deep and you don't really think about where it's coming from, because I didn't really think about where podcasts come from until he mentioned it that he's Canadian and some of his other Canadian members. But luckily there are in the last couple of years there are podcasts coming out from different nooks and crannies of the world.
Yeah, and well, I found this out actually this week or last week, and I told the guys, the biggest podcast, as in when it comes to listeners, the biggest country that listen to podcasts is actually South Korea.
Really? I did not know that.
I read some stats on some tech magazine online. Well, when it comes to sources, I know on the podcast I don't really have a very good I guess track record for sources, but this was like a tech magazine. This was a tech magazine, and it was it said South Korea, and I think the second one was like Spain. But
okay.
But again, like even when you're thinking about that, obviously there's now the language barrier,
Yeah.
because I would assume that they're listening to South Korean podcasts in Korean, or I guess Korean is their language. I'm not too familiar with that. I should ask my friend; she's Korean. But I mean, and obviously in Spain it would be Spanish, right? So it's interesting. So I'm probably going to do a little bit more research on some podcasts that are in those countries, because I thought that was fascinating that South Korea would be number one.
Yeah, I need to look into that too. Wow.
Yeah. I'll send you the stats after, Jesus.
Thank you. So I want to talk about movies, because
Okay.
we're over half the year's already over, and so many movies have come out. Is there any movies that are yet to come out that you wish to see?
Oh my God, I can't wait. Well, I saw the Avengers, the Infinity War.
How many times?
I saw it 6 times already.
Oh, okay. In theaters, how many times, and how many times in DVD?
I think in theaters once, and then I saw it 6 times after that.
Okay.
when it came on the box.
Okay.
So, illegal. Anyway.
So I don't know if you listened. So I'm a little upset with the recording I did with the guys, since we had some technical issues.
Okay.
But I ended up watching Avengers when it came out 5 times opening week. So I saw it almost every day. I think I just missed one day, but I saw it every day.
Did you get
that
popcorn
weekend.
every single time?
Once.
That movie's long. You must have.
It is long.
You not get hungry.
I was always fortunate to grab a bite to eat beforehand.
Oh, okay, all right. Just making sure. Didn't want you to go hungry, bro.
I'm fine with on that end, but no, yeah. And I've recently just watched it twice, and it was an enjoyable movie. But that was a big blockbuster of the summer, and yet we still have a bunch of movies still coming out that they're looking forward to. What was one of the movies you were really looking forward to?
Just to add to this Infinity War before I talk about the new movies that are coming out. That Josh Brolin, who plays Thanos, I thought it was excellently done. Like, the only thing I could rival that against was when what is that guy from the Blacklist? What is his name? And he played Ultron. James Spader.
Okay.
James Spader. I mean, as the villains in those two movies, but I just thought Josh Brolin did such an excellent job, and it was nice to see him as Cable as well in Deadpool 2.
He's doing some really good work these last.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, that's what I'm. Every time I like watch that Avengers Infinity War, like he is just like it's just eerie to see him like that. First of all, you know what he looks like, but now he's like purple and huge. And so, but like just the acting and like, you know, and I wish that like at the Oscars and stuff like that, those type of performances get recognized. Just because they're CGI doesn't mean that they shouldn't get recognized. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I actually
Like,
agree with that because that is it's still a wonderful performance.
yeah,
Like
like
you
I
have to
thought it
believe
was great.
yeah, you have to believe he's because he's not for killing billions of people. He has a reason for it, and
Yeah,
you have to.
like it's just the backstory, and like you felt sad for him, you felt happy for him at some points. I don't remember when, but
Somewhere
but
in
you
there.
scared of him. Like I was legit from the first minute I saw him, I was scared of him. And that, like, I mean, again, it's a CGI thing. How could you not be, how I think they should get recognized. Actors should get recognized for CGI stuff, whether it be Oscars or whatever. I'm sure they have like an audio visual, whatever, but I feel like the actors kind of get lost in that shuffle. But hopefully Black Panther this year at the Oscars. Let's hope for that. Wakanda forever. we gotta get Black Panther in that Oscar running for sure.
No, for sure. That
Yeah.
I ended up watching that film 4 times, if I remember right.
Fantastic.
Still a
I
great
thought
movie. Yeah.
I thought it was everything about it was amazing. I just thought Black Panther. Well, that came out last year, but didn't it?
Actually, it
It
came
came
out
out last year.
February. It came out
Did
February.
it?
Yeah,
Shut up.
Yeah, there's a lot of films this year.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
well.
I can fact check. I can do fact checks right now just to be sure.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably gonna have to.
Yeah, don't worry. If people want to call me out, they can find me on Twitter.
Yeah.
So
Don't worry. I'm sure the guys will call you out too.
uh,
Dwayne will call me or text me or something.
but no, yeah. But you know what's so actually I was actually listening to it recently. The Oscars are actually changing their format a little bit. They're actually shortening.
Yeah.
They're shortening their length of the show, and they're adding a new category for like it's not like summer blockbusters, like major hits. So because sometimes all the best pictures are these like obscure films that no one's actually watched.
They're bullshit movies.
I don't know. Shape of Water was still a wonderful movie. I ended up watching that film.
It was okay. It wasn't like I didn't think like it was going to be an Oscar. Like what I'm finding like the movies now.
This is actually
go ahead.
This is actually going to be a fun topic. I actually enjoyed Shape of Water a lot. Like but I like that noir feeling and the way it was filmed. And I've been really okay. Go for it.
No, I was gonna say I think they lost me when the lady had sex with the fish.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Sex with the fish is on one of those different levels.
Yeah, it's. I don't even know what to say about it, but I'm really happy that first of all the Oscars need to shorten. Like you don't need. It's just a whole bunch of people just praising each other. It's just a whole bunch of rich people praising each other. That's what it is. Rich white people. So, I don't know.
Oh, sorry. For some reason, my mic cut out for a second.
Oh, okay. It's okay.
That was weird. No, yeah, sorry. If it went quiet
I could have probably done my white noise and and kept
No,
talking.
no, you were fine. I was listening, but I couldn't. For some reason, I just couldn't talk back, and I was like, "Oh, weird."
Okay.
Um,
That's what should happen at No Inner Monologue. I should be able to talk and then nobody respond, and then it's just continue anyway. Um, yeah, like I mean, I'm happy that the Oscars are coming out with this new format. They're always trying to change things. I like that they're including a lot more. Everybody's talking about, like, I think it should be an inclusive thing. Like, why is Meryl Streep getting nominated for every single movie that she does? I don't understand. Like, I think it's like the white privilege syndrome that they have, and it's starting to change now. Like, you're starting to see different looking people up there. There needs to be an Asian person up there. There needs to be Spanish people. There needs to be Black people. There needs to be all these different cultures up there receiving awards, but again, it also has to be a great performance. One performance that I remember that I think should have even won an award was now I forget the names of the guys. That movie Lion was amazing. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I'll look it up, but continue. You can talk about it.
That movie Lion is amazing. The guy that plays the main character, he was in Slumdog Millionaire, which is another movie that should have won. I remember when that was Picture. I'm pretty sure it won Best Picture, but the guy that plays the lead in that, he's Dev Patel is his name.
Okay.
I got it. Yeah. He's just amazing in that movie. I think he should have won in Slumdog Millionaire. Like, but those are the type of actors that need to start winning things to make it an even playing field. And, the work is there. Now minorities can't complain that the work is not there. We have new movies coming out called Crazy Rich Asians. Have you
heard about that.
Yeah.
I've seen a commercial, and it looks like it can be a fun film.
But did you know that there hasn't been, I think Dwayne told me this, there hasn't been a movie with all Asian cast since Joy Luck Club?
I think it's about 25 years, actually.
Yeah,
25
maybe
years,
Joy Luck Club, maybe Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, maybe might have been the last one. Like an all Asian cast. Like, I mean,
produced in the state, or produced by at least a state's company, right?
Yeah. So, but like we need to start seeing more diversity up on that podium. That is, I think, what everybody is getting at. People, I mean, it's okay to nominate the movie, and it's okay to nominate the actor, but we need to start seeing different people on the podium winning. And I think that's where Oscars is that's why they're trying to change it up and have more movies that are recognized. Like, honestly, I saw all the Best Picture nominees last year, and I can't even remember any of their names. So it's just unfortunate. It's like I can't remember any of them.
I can't remember any of them either. Best Picture. What were they? Continue.
I'm just thinking, like you can't remember. I can't remember a Best Picture nominee from even 2016. Like, I can't remember. I can't even remember who won. However, Black Panther, which I think it was one of the best movies that came out this year. I will always remember that movie because of the way it made me feel. I felt good about myself. I felt that we were represented in a proper way. Like, we were cool. Like, Black people were cool for once, and not drug dealers, and not killing everybody, and not we were shed in a different light, and that's why that movie was so successful. And no matter what, like it just made you feel good. It was I think it made everybody feel good, because it was a superhero, it was a superhero from, I guess Africa, if you want to put that in quotations, but you never see that in film anymore. You don't see the black guy being a good guy. You see the black guy being a bad guy all the time, with the exception of certain movies. And I just think for this time, he was a superhero, and that's why that movie was so successful. So that's why I think it should win. It just had a good representation of culture in that one movie. So that's my Black Panther Wakanda Forever salute to the Oscars. Go. Yeah.
Hot take from Tash. And we'll have that on quotes when it's time for the Oscars. We'll make sure they get that.
Yeah.
And honestly, you're right. That film itself was very entertaining, great performances. You had a feel for not only the protagonist but the antagonist as well, which is hard mostly for a Marvel film because usually the villains are throwaway characters.
Yeah.
And you actually felt for Killmonger, and I still remember his name compared to other villains, even though they're still Marvel villains, and you still remember some of them. You can't remember half of them, and I still remember the Black Panther villain.
But he was a villain with a purpose. He had a purpose. I don't remember a movie like there's Red Skull, from Captain America. Like he was just known as he was like a Nazi, right? Am I mistaken on that one? Red Skull?
No, you're right. Yeah, he was a Nazi. Yes.
But I felt like what was his purpose in the movie? I don't know. I'm just starting to see from Killmonger to Thanos. It seems like they have purpose now, and the superhero movies from before didn't really have that, to be honest.
Talking about superhero movies, then. What's your take on how DC's handling the world of DC, since that's their new trademark for their films?
Honest to God, it's bullshit. I'm going to be completely honest with you, Jesus. It's bullshit.
Okay.
They are. I mean, okay. So Man of Steel came out. I thought it was a good movie, personally.
Same. I agree with you.
I really think that Henry Cavill.
I always say Cavill.
He is hot as hell, and so he can do anything. He was amazing. I thought it was good. I liked Lawrence Fishburne in that movie. It was just a good cast. Amy Adams. I thought it was a good cast. Then that bullshit Batman versus Superman came out, and I am not a fan of Ben Affleck. Let me tell you, I'm not a big fan of him. And when they first announced that he was going to be Batman, I was like, why? Why not just pay the money to keep Christian Bale in the role? It would have made more sense. But they kind of finished The Dark Knight, which was, to be honest, some of the best Batman I've ever seen.
I don't know, George Clooney, man.
Or George Clooney, yeah. Well, we got to give up for Clooney. Actually, Michael Keaton's the best Batman ever, but if I get on that topic, I'll argue forever.
Okay, wait for another day.
Yeah, maybe for another day. Yeah. Batman, 1989, best movie ever. Anyway, so Prince album, sorry. See, you got me started talking about it. The Prince album on that, oh, it's so good. Anyways, so Batman versus Superman comes out. They spend almost 45 minutes explaining what happened to Batman when he was a kid. It was just a waste of film. Everybody knows the story, the backstory behind Batman.
Okay.
Everybody knows. You didn't need to it was literally the entrance theme of that movie was Bruce Wayne and his parents dying. Everybody knows that part of the story. Why are you repeating it in this movie? You could have used that and, gone into a little bit more detail with, Wonder Woman or, or, brought in the Flash, brought in, bring in Aquaman for a little bit longer, something around those lines. And I just think that what they're trying to do is they're trying to make blockbusters. They're trying to make, they're more into the nostalgia of seeing them on screen than actually writing the story of what's going on. So that's what I think is going on right now with DC. Wonder Woman, I thought was great. I felt, again, another feel-good movie for me as a woman. To see, Wonder Woman on screen, I thought that was amazing.
So for you, I can tell. So for you, like, one of the best 10 out of 10 films would be a well-written Black woman superhero film.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Thoughts?
It doesn't even need to be here. I just like well-written stuff. If a movie is poorly written, like Batman versus Superman was, I swear to God, I was gonna stand up. I was like, why are we talking about Bruce Wayne right now? Like, if we're gonna focus on one story, don't tease Aquaman, don't tease Flash, don't tease the Cyborg guy, which we hardly even seen. Like, even in the Justice League movie, which was garbage as well, I can't even tell you one scene out of the Justice League movie. I can't describe it to you because I don't even remember it. That's how bad that movie was. So DC needs to step up their game. I'm hoping with Wonder Woman 1984, they're going to do that because that's really now their moneymaker, baby. And they need to get a new Batman. They need to replace Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck, as much as he's doing what he can with the role, Ben Affleck was not the right choice for Batman, period.
Okay. Well, we'll end it at that. So, have you seen the trailers for Aquaman and Shazam?
Yes, I saw both of them. Shazam looks interesting. I never really... I didn't know about Shazam until literally I watched the trailer. But it looks like it's interesting. That guy used to be on Grimm, I think, on a show called
He was also
Grimm.
in Chuck. He was also Chuck.
Oh, sorry, Chuck. He was on Chuck. Sorry, it wasn't in Grimm. He was on Chuck. And so I know if it's going to be funny like that, then... yeah, I'll definitely go watch that movie. Aquaman, Jason Momoa, that guy is my husband. He is as fine as silk. I will see anything with that guy in it. It doesn't matter. This guy could be it could be Kindergarten Cop featuring Jason Momoa, and I go see it.
They need a remake of that.
Yeah, they'll make a remake of that. I'll go see it. I don't care what it is. It could be, Jason Momoa in diapers. I'd go see that movie.
I don't need that image in my mind.
Yeah, I know, but seriously, that guy is fine. So I will go see whatever movie I have to. And that's the only reason I went to go watch Justice League in the first place, so I could watch my husband on the screen, So I think they got him. Yeah, I think they got it right with him, with Aquaman. I think they got Wonder Woman right. I think they got the Flash right. I like that guy because I've seen him in other movies. I don't remember his name, Ezra something or the other. But
I think Ezra Miller.
Ezra Miller. He's a little strange on the outside, but I kind of like him as Flash. He gives it a little bit of youthfulness, but they should have just used the Flash that's on the TV, the Flash, the TV guy.
I can't remember the actor's name, but yes, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, they should have just used him because he's really good as the Flash. So I don't know why they just didn't do that. But I just feel like with DC characters, they're not reaching the audiences because they're not writing enough story for these characters. You don't need Batman's story. Write something new for Batman, like Joker gets out of prison and shit, or something like that, And
that's another thing. The villains, the whole Suicide Squad thing. But
I actually like Suicide Squad, to be honest with you. I really like that movie.
it wasn't bad, but it was for me it was below average. But that's around the time when
You know what? You're right.
the oh well,
You are
changed
right
someone's
though.
mind. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
it's just you have expectations mostly for these big budget films, and when there's already backstory on these characters, and they have a lot of source material to work with, and I
Yeah.
know they have multiple writers working on it, but they have multiple eyes also, and there should be something, someone saying something. Wait, this doesn't feel right. Let's change it up a little bit,
Yeah.
and then we get
I think for Suicide Squad they got Will Smith right. I think he was a good Deadshot. Um, I think that they definitely got Harley Quinn right because she's hot too. What's her name? She's a good looking one.
Marco Robbie.
Or
Marco
yeah,
Robbio.
Robbie. Yeah, she's something else. I like her. Like
No.
she took like I would think that she's Harley Quinn. You know.
Did you
Um,
hear that they're working on a all female cast
yeah,
hero villain team up thing
yeah,
coming up?
yeah. And I hope DC comes out with it before Marvel does anything because I was hearing there was some talk about doing Black Widow with, the Wakanda Army, with Maria Hill, with
I, what?
a
I
whole
have not
bunch of
heard
the
that.
Avengers.
Wow, I didn't hear about that. I just heard about the DC one.
I
Wow.
heard that they're gonna do the Black Widow movie is gonna come out, which I
Okay,
don't even really think they need a movie.
that's one of the things I've always been wondering, and it's always been speculation. Is that coming out? Is
It's
that
coming
real?
out. I think it's real, but I hope it's not because I don't think it. Like, if you wanted to do Black Widow's story, you should have done it during either Captain America, Winter Soldier, or something. Because me personally didn't like that movie, Winter Soldier. I don't know why. There's something about that movie I just didn't like. But you could have put a little bit more Black Widow stuff in there about her past and stuff like that, and that would have sufficed for the community. I don't think it needs to
Yeah.
have. I don't think she needs to have her own movie. Like I think
Okay.
she could share it with somebody, share or do a Hulk and her movie or something like that. Because I heard they're not doing any Hulk movies. I was like, what the hell is that about? Maybe because they messed it up so much already.
They well they might once Disney owns Fox, they should be able to have those rights because
Yeah,
I think Comcast backed out of that transaction, and now Disney has the upper hand, and now they're just waiting on the get go, and they'll have the rights, and I think they'll own a little over 60% of the media market, and then Disney will be our
that's
overlords.
yeah. When they come out with that streaming service, I'll be the first one to sign up. Trust me on that. They're gonna have everything. I don't even think Netflix will exist after that.
I don't know.
like,
Actually, Netflix is the number one streaming media service. Like it beat out everyone at the moment. It's beat up Comcast, DirecTV, all these like live television. So Netflix is the number one out of everyone right
yeah.
now.
Well,
So it's gonna be hard,
they'll still be
but you're
around, but I
right.
guarantee you that Disney service, with all the Disney movies that are just the cartoons alone, you know how many parents are gonna buy that?
A lot.
It's gonna be insane. It's gonna be too insane. And then the rights, Netflix better be buying up. That's why Netflix is buying up everything because they know what's coming. Like they need to buy the rights for all these Disney movies and all this other shit in order to sustain what they have. The only thing that's going good for Netflix right now is their original content, which is absolutely fantastic. A lot of their shows and a lot of their movies, but other than the fact of if all Disney stuff is going over to Disney, they're screwed.
Yeah,
So
actually, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
yeah,
Whew.
it's hard talking to me. I get hot.
No, it's just there's a lot. We've been talking so much. It's just, and it's it's been really entertaining just listening to someone else stop ideas of some of the things that I've been wanting to talk to someone about and hear a different side of it. So I'm happy about
Yeah.
that.
You heard the black side today. No.
uh, okay.
Did I make you blush, Jesus? I didn't mean
A little,
to.
it's a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah, it's okay. You're allowed to say the word black. Well, I am, anyways.
I think I'm a little safer than most people, so I'm happy
Yeah.
about that. So yeah, I file under the minority, so let's go with
Oh,
that.
okay. That's good. That's good.
But I'm sorry, it's kind of hard
Keep
to
the
know.
hope alive, brother.
All right, let's see. Let's let's go with a new topic. Shit, I don't know
New
what to talk
topic.
about now.
Okay.
We like
Oh well,
literally
you
ramble.
did ask me. You did ask me. I'll just. You did ask me about movies that I'm looking forward to upcoming, and I totally
Oh
went on a
yeah,
rant.
oh yeah, no, yeah, we went on a tangent there. Let's let's
Yeah,
yeah, we were going to talk about upcoming films and stuff.
I'm really looking forward to Captain Marvel fucking up Thanos' day. That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah, Captain Marvel is gonna kick his ass. I know it. So I'm looking forward to that. Another female-driven movie. I'm really looking forward to actually the new Spider-Man because I really like that Spider-Man dude. Tom Holland. I really like
Yeah,
him. There
I
is
liked how they.
something. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
No, I was gonna say there's something about that kid that I just dig in him. I don't know what it is. He's so funny, and you care about him. And I never felt that way about Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. I never felt that way about them. There's something about this guy that he has the charisma of what the Spider-Man that I read in the comic books has. Like
Yeah,
there's something about him.
they did a really good job like writing out his character and for him to portray that character, and I think they did a really good job. Did you
Yeah.
have a little bit of a tear when he
Oh
he
yeah.
he met his
Don't tell
moment?
the spoiler. Don't tell the
I,
spoiler.
there's
Spoiler
not
alert.
don't worry, there's not Manny's not gonna yell at us or
Oh
anything.
no, yeah. Spoiler alert. Yeah, like
No,
I mean, I was really upset actually. The first time I watched it, like I did have I'm not gonna lie, I did have a tear in my eye because it was the relationship between him and Iron Man and him and Tony was it was clear like right there in that one scene. Like he was so scared and Tony couldn't do anything. And it was the first time that you ever seen Tony feel helpless. Like he couldn't do any, he couldn't fix it. Not all the money in the world couldn't like bring him back. That to me was again good acting, and that's why Robert Downey Jr. is the best Iron Man. Nobody can ever follow this guy in being Iron Man, and I'm thinking Tom Holland the same thing. Best Spider-Man that we've had ever, because just from that one scene, that it pushed that emotion to the next level. Like you felt like you were there. So that's what I thought about that.
okay. Actually, the funny thing is, the first time first time that finale was happening, I didn't actually. I think I hollowed out because I didn't really feel anything. I just started seeing everyone perish and like, whoa. It was actually the second showing that it kind of hit me, like, oh
Yeah.
shit. It finally hit, and you could just that emotion, like, wow. Then
Yeah, and
every it's hard.
it was
And
it was tough. And you know what it reminded me of, which was it was kind of weird when it was like a flashback from when his like Uncle Ben died. You know, like when it was Uncle Ben and like Peter Parker holding Uncle Ben and stuff like that. Like it was just almost like a role reversal of that.
oh
And
yeah, wow! I didn't think about that now. Wow.
yeah, and it was like when I say it, it like kind of messes you up a little bit, but it like if you think about it in that sense, it was just the scene was just well written. and one scene could impact an entire movie, then it's a good movie. So kudos on them for doing that, and I think that needed to happen.
Okay. Let's see what other movies are coming out. Is there anything in like Venom's still coming out? I forgot about that a little bit. I don't know why I forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't know if they're not doing any promotion for this movie, or and I like Tom, what's his name? Tom, I always forget
Hardy.
the name. Yeah, Tom Hardy. I think he's an amazing actor, that guy. He can do anything, I think. And I don't, maybe he doesn't like press. I don't know what it is, but I haven't seen any press for this movie. I've seen the trailer once, and it looks like a great movie. I just don't think it's going to do well in theaters, and I don't think it's the right time for Venom to come out.
Oh, when is it coming out? October 5th? Okay.
I don't think it's the right. I think they should have waited a year for that. I think they should have waited for the next Spider-Man to come out and kind of link it together, because apparently it's supposed to. These two movies are supposed to have a link.
Yeah. So from what I know is that with the current rights, the current ones, like Spider-Man can show up in the Venom movie, but Venom cannot show up in the Marvel universe at the moment.
Yes. So why not, as a company, why not wait until, you have the movie, you have it in the vault, wait, and then, put it out when you do have the rights to kind of do crossovers with this character. Venom belongs in Spider-Man. Spider-Man belongs in Venom. Like, you can't... I don't understand why some of these movie producers keep doing this. Like, it's the same thing with the X-Men. Like, it's the same story. Oh, we can't. And Fantastic Four, another one of those.
Oh God, I don't want to. Those things were pure garbage.
Like, why? Just leave it. Just leave it alone. Like, I can't see anybody else being Wolverine. And somebody could shock me, right? Because years ago I would have said, I can't see anybody but Tobey Maguire being Spider-Man, And, look at this Tom Holland guy, completely blew me away. So, but the story of Wolverine is I think, and he's Canadian. I think that's maybe why I like him so much. Not a lot of people know that he's Canadian. But I think that's another big character. If we're sticking to X-Men, I love the story of Gambit, Remy LeBeau.
Oh, yes.
I love that story. I really hope, if Channing Tatum is doing this movie, I really hope he can get that accent down, because that Creole accent is probably one of the hardest ones to, master. But Gambit is another one of my favorites.
He's also the reason I started throwing cards at a very young age. Not good when you... Yeah. Actually, I got pretty good at it, and that's a bad thing, because I used to just chuck cards at my siblings and cousins.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh God. So he just completely, did they light up at least?
No, I wish. That would have been...
Okay. I would have done something to kind of light them up a little bit, but that's me. Anyway.
Thinking about it now, what I could have done is, the glow sticks, snap those in half, soak the cards in them, let them light, and then in the dark, okay guys, line up, I'm going to try to hit you in the dark with these glowing cards. Thinking about it now, but it's I think I could still do it now. And I'm just thinking about what are you doing?
Bad ideas. Yeah. This is what I do to the guys on the podcast. I give them bad ideas to go do. I mean, Batman, Superman. I will always love those two characters. People are always like, who would win in a fight, Batman versus Superman? Superman's gonna win, bro. Like, he's gonna beat him. I don't know why, and that's another reason why I didn't like Batman versus Superman, that movie, is because they made Superman look like an ass in that movie. And
yeah.
Superman, like, Batman had to get like a huge, he looked like he jumped in an Iron Man suit. You know, that big one that he needs to fight
Yeah.
Hulk?
Yeah.
He looked like he jumped in that suit and just started fighting Superman. And Superman could just kill that guy in like a minute. And so, he might dodge him a couple of times, but really, Superman's going to kill Batman nine times out of 10. Right? So
Yeah, so no, I'm not even going to disagree with you. So,
yeah. So I don't know why everybody's always debating. I'm here to tell you, Tasha's here to tell you first that Superman's going to win that fight. Anyway,
there's actually one tale of Superman that I really wish they can do. I don't know if they'll ever do it live action, but it'll be interesting.
What?
There's a version of Superman where his father is not Kal-El or no, Jor-El, but Zod. So he's the son of Zod, and I forget his mother's name. And what's funny about this tale is that he doesn't land in Kansas. He actually lands in Arizona, and he's picked up by migrating immigrants, and he's raised Hispanic.
Really?
And, yes, there's actually an animated movie of it. Shoot, if I could find it.
What do they call it? Spider-Man Olay.
See here. It's part of my. Let's see here. Not that movie. Justice League, Batman. Where the hell is it? But oh, here it is. It's Justice League, Gods and Monsters. It's interesting because they do the different take on Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. And like Batman's this nerdy, like he's a nerdy college kid who accidentally turned into an actual vampire. So he actually sucked blood and things like that.
What?
But yes, I would recommend checking out that film, Justice League, Monsters and Beasts. It's an interesting take on these heroes, and since it is a multiverse, it'll be great to see the classic Superman, see the Zod version of Superman. And it's just funny because
that's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, it's funny because when I was watching, I didn't really think about it, but he actually does speak Spanish, so it's like this Superman talks Spanish, and like, huh? Like,
but I would think with his superpowers, he could speak any language.
I don't think Superman has multiple language powers.
Well, how did he save all those people across the world without I don't know. I don't know. Actually, you know what? You may be right. But why wouldn't now I'm talking about Spider-Man. Why wouldn't Superman know all the languages in the world? Who knows? Anyway, we're getting into way too deep.
Yeah, true. Like this is a multiverse and everything. Actually, one thing before it's like it's getting a little late. So before we kind of close up our conversation and kind of get into the finale, talking about like superheroes and multiverse, there is another movie at the end of the year that's coming out. It's the Spider-Verse movie. Have you seen anything about that?
The Spider-Verse movie. What's that about?
It's basically it's an animated film with the Miles Morales Spider-Man. And he's trying to get help from the older Peter Parker.
Oh, is this like the little black boy that's Spider-Man?
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm definitely gonna go watch that. That's gonna be Wakanda Forever Part 2.
So what's great about this film is that it's showing different variations of Spider-Man. You're gonna have the Miles Morales, the classic Spider-Man. By classic, I mean he's like older and a deadbeat. And let's see who else is there. There's gonna be the Gwen Stacy, Spider Gwen. Who
Oh,
else?
okay.
There's gonna be the Spider-Man Noir, who's gonna be, from what I'm hearing, is gonna be voiced by shoot, what's his name? Who's the guy you guys are always talking about on your podcast? That
Oh,
actor.
Nicolas Cage.
Yes, he is gonna be the voice of the Spider-Man Noir.
Listen, Nicolas Cage can do anything. He is a martyr on our podcast.
Another piece of He is another piece of lore that you guys have to listen to.
Nicolas Cage, he's my friend. Let's just say that. We love him. We love him on our podcast. We did something. I did a TMI investigation about Nicolas Cage and how many movies he does. So I'm not surprised that he has another movie coming out. He's not even in it. Like, he's just like voicing it, but he loves, like, if I'm surprised he's not doing a Superman, because he's like, he named his child Kal-El and stuff like that. So, but I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. I'm gonna watch it because I gotta support my boy.
There you go. A little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot going for that. It's gonna be an interesting film. Yeah, I'm glad that and it's gonna be in cinema. It's not gonna be straight to DVD. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
So let's kind of close this up since we have been going on for a while. So we're gonna be like, I think I messaged you before. So I want tell us a tale of the weirdest, strangest, most convoluted thing, like what the fuck moment that has ever happened, or you have ever done, or have ever encountered in your life.
Okay, so I was thinking about what story to tell because I have tons of stories. As you know, if you listen to the podcast, I always have a story or two.
Well, you're always welcome to come back to tell us another.
Okay, definitely. So, okay, so what my convoluted story is I would say, I'm not too sure if it's the first time but it's one of the first times I've ever met Manny.
Okay,
and
now
I haven't told the story even on our podcast because it was just so weird and it like creeped me out. That's why his name is Creepy Uncle Manny. But I'm gonna tell that story, I think. So so this was, again, years and years and years ago. Dwayne and I went to a coffee shop and we're, having coffee. We were meeting Manny there for some reason. I maybe met him once before and it was very brief, but he came over to the coffee shop. And I think he was with his friend or his cousin. And, we had coffee. It was late. Coffee shop closed. We're outside, standing outside, and we're like saying bye, like we're about to leave. So, okay, I'm going to describe the environment. So, okay, so so Dwayne is there. So Dwayne's standing, next to me, and we're standing on the curb. So I'm a little higher than Manny is because Manny's kind of standing in the street. And we're like saying bye. And so Manny's like, says bye to Dwayne, and Dwayne says bye. And then he comes to me and he's like, okay, bye. So I put out my hand to give him props, because that's like the gangsta thing to do. You give the guy prop. You don't know them, you props them, right? You don't, nobody handshakes anymore or anything like that. So I gave him. I go in to give him props, and now I have to slow down the moment for you right now.
Okay.
So I give him props. He then takes my hand like he's gonna kiss my hand. And then I'm kind of like, what is, in my mind, I'm like, what is he doing? Like, why would he kiss my hand? He doesn't even know who I am, right? And so he takes my hand, and then it goes closer and closer to his lips. And I'm like, what's going on? And as it's going to his lips, it's like he looked at me and then he changed his mind about kissing my hand. And then he just rubbed my hand against his cheek. Like,
sorry, keep going.
And everybody, like, honestly, I mean, Dwayne and I always say that's when time stops. Like, what was he thinking to rub my hand against his cheek? Like, but he's going in to kiss my hand. Like, it didn't make any sense. And till this day, like, he can't even answer what he was doing. Like, but pretty much, like, I got, like, rug burn on my hand because he had a beard at the time. And I was like, I, like, literally, like, jerked my hand away. I was like, what? That's not the appropriate word to use. But I kind of took my hand away. And I was like, okay, bye, you know? And we ended up leaving. So next time, ladies, if you are going to say bye to Manny and you don't know him, do not give him props. That is the, you know, my Jerry Springer final thought. So, yeah.
I pictured the whole moment.
I know.
Oh God!
Like, imagine, like, I was so embarrassed because, like, Dwayne was like on the ground laughing. He's like, "What are you doing?" Like, and then, like, I think his friend, who I don't know, Manny was with somebody, and he was on the ground laughing. But Manny was so serious. He's like, I didn't know what to do. Like, what do you mean you don't know what to do? Like, just, you know, say bye. Like, why are you kissing my hand? Or attempting to kiss my hand? It was very, very strange. But that is the strangest fucking thing that's ever happened to me.
Wow. Wow. Oh, wow.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No, I don't know why I should have. I don't know why I should have, but I don't.
Manny's one of a kind, I'm telling you. Like, when he hears this, he's gonna remember, and he's gonna remember how much of a fool he looked like that day. So, it's gonna be enjoyable for me, anyways.
Thank you for sharing that. That put a really big smile on my face.
Yeah. To know how creepy your friend is, yeah.
A little bit. I'll talk with him about it when we play games next time.
Yeah, so, exactly.
So tell me about this meetup again, Manny. But anyways, all right. Thank you for that. All right.
Yeah, no problem.
So, time for the game show portion of the show.
Woo!
Intro music here, future me. Okay, music's over.
Okay. That was fast.
I don't have. It's all editing. So.
I know, yeah.
So you chose to do all three games. So this
because I'm a baller. Sorry. Oh yeah, because I like playing games. Okay, so let's do this. Yes, I'm ready.
All right, so me from the future, put undertone music now. So the first game we'll be playing is Would You Rather. So you message me the cards that you're going to be playing. So you're going there's going to be split into two different situations. So the first situation you're going to be put in is okay. So would you rather anytime anyone sneezes, they must do it in your face, or you, in your current physical condition, are now a starting NFL running back. Which would you rather choose and why?
Oh man. Okay, so when people are sneezing in your face, that's first of all, that's effing disgusting. Like, I can't even think. Like, the germs, yuck. When people sneeze and like if you were to sneeze next to me, I would like turn away because I don't want to get the germs. So that one seems to be the worst. But thinking about how lazy I am and being in the NFL, I may think that one is worse. I mean, do I have to run? Does it have to be a running back? Can I just sit on the stands? Like,
No, you're part of the team. You're their running back.
This is the convoluted answer portion of the podcast. But I'm gonna go with sneezing in people's faces, or sneezing in my face. People sneezing in my face.
Okay. Is it why one over the other?
Well, because it's gross.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just have to say that's just really gross.
I honestly, I thought you would have chose the NFL running back because if you would have got injured, you still would have had a huge, joining fee, and you would have had like millions of dollars, and you would have been okay after a leave of absence.
Well, Jesus, like, now that you say it like that, like, now you...
The moment is over.
Oh, okay, well...
those guys make a lot of money, surprisingly, and it baffles me sometimes how much sports athletes make.
Yeah, and now I look like I'm a germaphobe on your podcast. This is excellent. This is a great game.
Hey, don't worry.
Stupid me didn't take the money.
Oh, trust me, the next one's a little bit more interesting.
Okay.
Remember, these are the random numbers you chose. So honestly, I didn't. These are like I was surprised.
Okay.
Would you rather wear a slutty French maid costume whenever you leave the house, or star in a reality TV show called I Killed My Family?
Oh.
I got you there.
Yeah, like, those two are just so bad. Like, oh my god.
That's
a reality show, meaning like cameras are following me, meaning, oh no, that's bad. But like, the French maid outfit is not even really that bad to me anyway. Or is it a slutty outfit?
Yeah, the slutty version.
The slutty version of it?
Yeah.
I know when Dwayne hears this, he's gonna like just like shake his head. I know for a fact. It's always
just have a group listening party.
Yeah, group listening party is gonna be bad. So I will. I mean, I don't want to be on that reality show. I killed my family. That would mean I'm in prison, and I'm too pretty to be in prison. So I'm gonna go with that one as being. I would rather wear the sexy, slutty French maid outfit. I'd probably look good in it too, but
there you go.
I mean, that's for me to say. That's for me to know and you guys to not figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. So there it goes. Would you rather? I like how you kind of work your way around some of those topics, because honestly, I was surprised when those cards got pulled, and like how is she gonna answer this? And that's why it was gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's yeah. When it comes to those things, like I'm very very cutthroat. I'll just pick one. Like, I mean, I killed your family, or I killed my own family. No, I don't want that. I'll wear the slutty maid outfit. I mean, I wore one last week. No, I'm kidding. See, that's when Dwayne covers his face. Anyway.
All right,
yeah.
time for the next game. Ready? So, the next game is my version of Love Match. So, I'm going to be setting you up with 3 guys, and you have to pick from one of the 3. They have some very interesting positives and just this one negative. So,
Okay.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, the first guy you're meeting. Oh yeah, I forgot. Music, please. Okay, so the first guy, Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
For as long as you date them, you will have all the powers of Superman. And their cum gets you high. I just pulled these cards too.
Those are both positive. Okay,
So that
Taylor's number 1 right now. Anyways.
Okay, Taylor. So next we have Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Now Jonathan has read every romance novel and wants to roleplay all of them with you.
Okay.
And he also makes you feel secure.
It's not supposed to be bad.
No, these are the positives. These are the positives right now. The negatives are coming. These are the positives. Trust me, the negatives.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now, yeah. Now, Thomas. He loves to laugh, and he owns the Millennium Falcon. God, I can't talk.
Oh my god.
And it really flies. So these are.
I'm a Star Wars fan. Sorry, you know I'm a Star Wars fan. Why I gotta go say that? You know that's my shit, right?
So these are so far the men that would like to go on a date with you. At the moment, who's piquing your interest? Is it
Taylor
Taylor?
is giving me powers right now. Taylor is doing a lot of stuff for me, but not Jonathan. I don't care about Jonathan. He makes me feel secure, which also makes me feel insecure. So Jonathan's out. Thomas has the Millennium Falcon. Dude, if he has that, like, if he picks me up in that, like, honestly. I mean, I'm taking this to the next level because you said the Millennium Falcon. Like, those 2 are like the top 2, you know?
All right.
Get rid of Jonathan.
Okay, wait. We're gonna let you know a little secret about each of these men before you decide.
Oh, okay. I'm scared. No.
Okay, so Taylor, the guy who gives you powers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the one thing you start to notice is he winks at you every time after everything you say.
Ew. That's weird. Okay. I don't know why the winking thing bothers me. That's weird in itself.
Oh, okay. Okay, so so for Jonathan, you start every time you start talking with him, you start listening in, and you notice that he can only speak their name.
I could what?
He can. They only speak their name, so they're literally just saying Jonathan.
Oh, Jonathan has to go. He has to go. Jonathan's already been gone from round 1. He makes me feel too secure. I don't like that. And he's reading all these romance novels. That's for girls. He reads too much. No wonder he's repeating his name. He's up here reading a whole bunch of books. He doesn't even know what his own name is. Anyway, continue. Jonathan's out. I'm telling you right now. Okay, keep going.
Okay.
Jonathan has to go. Like, he's already, like, let's just tear Jonathan up right now. He's done.
Alright. So, Thomas, the owner of a working Millennium Falcon.
Wait, it's not the original?
Well, yeah. Technically, he had one created for us here.
Okay. Alright. Okay. Just making sure. It's like, if it's not the original, maybe I don't want it, so.
He made it to scale. One for one, every little detail.
Okay, that's good.
So
I hope it's not like a Lego one or anything like that. Okay, keep going.
no, it's legit. What you find out from other people is that he has a superpower. It's that he talks shit about you.
Oh, hell no.
So these are your two men. Since Jonathan, you've been kicked out. You're pretty much useless.
Yeah. Jonathan's useless to me.
All right. So the two men.
Shit.
So we got Taylor and Thomas. Let me know if you want me to go over anything.
No. So I'm Superman. I have Superman's powers when I'm with Taylor.
Yes.
But his thing is, what does he do? What's that?
He winks at you every time you say after you say something. So when you say something, he just winks at you.
I might punch Taylor in the face, to be honest with you. Like, every time I speak to him,
you're gonna murder him. You have Superman's strength.
I know. Yeah, like I'll just flick him and he'll be dead. So, so maybe I might not have to go through with that. But I mean, Thomas is always talking shit about me. Yo, like, what's his deal, yo? Like, all I want to do is fly in his ship. What's his deal? Like, okay, I think the winner here is Taylor. I don't mind the winking, but when people talk shit about me, like, it's hell to pay.
Good to know.
So, yeah. So, Jesus, be warned.
I've been crucified once. I made it back.
I know, yeah. Be warned. You can be warning Jesus.
Alright then. Taylor is the man for you. Enjoy your date.
Taylor. Love you, Taylor. I'll see you. Don't fucking wink at me, because I'll kill you. Yay. I win a man.
There you go. So there's our version of Love Match.
Yeah.
Alright. Fading out. So we're gonna be playing the last game. It's called One of Us. It's a variation of cult following. So for anyone listening, this is a very experimental game, since there's kind of no real answer, because our guest is actually trying to pitch their group / cult and trying to recruit me and the audience to join Ash. So I gave them a list of topics they can choose from, and go ahead and give your pitch.
Okay.
So what is the name of your cult?
My name of my cult is Chaos, Panic, and Disorder.
Okay.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
You could have named your cult whatever you wanted.
Oh no, I wanted to name it Chaos, Panic, and Disorder.
Okay, that's okay. Why? That's okay. I have a lot of questions, but I'll go after all your pitch.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm pitching it right now. Do I need to cue the music or something like that? If you want, you could do it.
You could do it this time. Go ahead if you want.
Yo, cue the music. Okay, I'm gonna do it in a nice voice now. Hello, and welcome to Chaos, Panic, and Disorder, where we ensure you never look back. We did the math. 1 out of 3 people actually become masters. Masters of what, you may say? We hunt people for sport. We have 3 levels of mastery. Beginner's level, where we hunt the young. Intermediate level, where we hunt the parents. And of course, Master. Master will be the ultimate test. Once every 3 weeks, you will be tested for your speed and agility of the hunt, while truly testing that which lurks below. Chaos, Panic, and Disorder. Trust us, you'll never look back. I'm done.
I was so intrigued. I'm not gonna lie. I was like,
and one signature right there. And now I
So
got all
actually-
your money. I got all your money, all your time. Yeah.
so actually, I have a few questions for about your
Mhm.
cults. So
Yeah.
So why did you join your cult?
I joined my cult because I wanted to become a master. And I wanted to be number 1 in the cult. So that's why I'm the head of the cult.
Okay.
I'm
Interesting.
headmaster.
you must have done a lot of. Then here's a. Okay, then this is a stupid question because I was gonna ask you like, what do your cult members do for fun? But it sounds like you answered that.
We hunt
Okay.
the young, and then we hunt their parents, if that's the answer that you're looking for.
So what is your cult's motto?
The cult's motto? Trust us, you'll never look back. That's the motto. Right? Meaning, you'll never look back, meaning you won't be able to get out. So, there's no point in looking back, you're just looking forward to the future. And, yeah, I'm selling you on this, aren't I?
Surprisingly. Surprisingly.
Yeah, like, even if you
then-
don't, like, it's fun. It's a fun cult, but, like, you hunt people, for
okay.
real.
Then okay, here's my final question. Before I
Yeah.
make my decision, and the audience can decide as well. What
They're already in. Anyway.
or else?
Yeah.
What everyday activity are taboo in your cult?
Everyday activity. Well, hunting, like we hunt people. That's like our everyday, like we do it for sport. So, people, some people go for, a jog, or some people, there's some other cults out there that, hang people, but no, we hunt for sport. We hunt people for sport. Why hunt an animal when you can hunt a person? We are sick people, but join us. You'll never look back, because you can't look back because the police are after you. You know what I mean? You gotta run. We ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life.
And there you guys go. There has been your pitch for what was the name of your cult again?
Chaos, Panic, and Disorder.
That sounds perfect. So there you guys go. Let us know if you would like to join the Master Tash.
Everybody's joining. I don't even know why you're bothering asking these people. They know that they're joining the cult. I already have at least 20 people that signed up already.
Alright, then we'll close it up. it was really fun talking with you, Tash. I hope you had some fun as well.
I did have fun. Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun. Thanks.
You're welcome. So go ahead and let the people know how they can get a hold of you and the stuff you do.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about doing that. That's the main thing I came on here to do, was to talk about our social media. So if you want to check us out on Instagram, it's No Inner Pod, as well as Twitter, it's No Inner Pod. Our Facebook is No Inner Monologue. That's spelled, because not a lot of people know how to spell monologue. It's Monologue. Okay? And that's a kind of little diss to Dwen, because one day he messed up something on the podcast and spelling monologue. So love you, Dwen. Listen to us on Google Play, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, and Podcast Addict under No Inner Monologue. I'm Tasha. There's also Manny, Joe, and Dwen on that podcast. So check us out if you want to hear, some good stories, have some fun, learn something. And it might not be something that you really need to learn about, but if you want to go on our podcast and listen, check us out. You'll definitely laugh.
And I can account to that.
Yeah, you'll definitely have a laugh.
All right, then. So I want to thank everyone for listening and sticking around, and hope you guys had fun. I want to thank Tash again for taking the time to joining me and just having a conversation and playing some games.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.